Okay, so I did clear enough inventory out of here from my death piles to meet my own challenge. I made a challenge to myself that if I didn't get a certain pile of stuff cleared up, that I would not go out sourcing for more inventory today. And there was a big rummage sale, annual rummage sale that I really wanted to go to. So I did get, in the last 2 or 3 days, I got about 40 or 45 listings really totally complete. And I cleared up a big pile of inventory that I had just stacked right here. That stuff is all totally, except for this, fishing gear, which may not even end up being worth anything, and a couple of these Pizzelle makers that I still need to scrub. They're a little bit dirty. They're really, really dirty, some of them. I have 4 of them that I need to get ready and get listed. Anyway, except for those and except for that fishing tackle, I got all of that stuff that was stacked here, totally listed or scheduled to be listed. So right now, well, I went to that sale this morning. It's at a local like military academy high school. And last year it was really good. I got a lot of really great stuff there. It was super packed with people last year. Like, I think I waited in line to check out for like at least 30 minutes. This year, not as much great stuff, not as many people either. So I spent about $100 there, and I'm not sure if that was a good use of my money or not. So we'll find out once I bring some of those things in. It's all still in the car. So after that sale was over, there's a community garage sale, like us whole village. That's this weekend. And so I went to a few of those sales today. Maybe should have been smarter to wait until tomorrow because there weren't that many sales open on a Friday morning. And I barely bought anything. I think I spent $4, bought 2 items. Maybe I went to 10 yard sales. So not the best use of my time, maybe. And since I got up so early, by the time I got home from that shopping expedition, I was totally exhausted. I laid down in the bed and put a timer on for 1 hour, and I slept straight through that hour. Then I came down here after I woke up and I got a lot more listing done. Then my wife came home. We went out for dinner. We didn't get home until probably 9 or 9:15. And I was planning on coming down and doing some work then, but I just decided enough's enough. I'm going straight to bed. So I did sleep I slept for about 2 hours, I guess. Then I woke up. It's just about midnight now. So it's Friday night, midnight. I wouldn't normally be packing or working down here after midnight, but I woke up. I wasn't able to get back to sleep. So I decided to come down. I have 4 orders today. I might as well get them packed and ready to go to the post office tomorrow rather than getting up in the morning and doing it. So I was considering going out to that community sale tomorrow. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more on Saturday when people are off work, but I think I've decided I'm just going to stay here and continue to work on getting more and more listings finished. So I was, for the last 1.5 or 2 years, I've been trying to list 5 items per day, and I've met that quota every day for the last, like I said, 1.5 or 2 years. But I was feeling like I was getting a little bit burned out. So my new plan is to try to get $200 worth of gross listings done each day. And I might burn out on that too. So I'm not really holding myself to it. If I can't do it, I can't do it. It's not that big of a deal. But so far for the last, not quite this whole month, but maybe the last 2 to 3 weeks, I have met that quota, $200 worth of items listed in my shop. In some days that means one item. I get one thing that's worth $300 or $400. I list that and then I'm done for the day. Some things it's like maybe I've got to get 10 or 12 listings done in a day. So I usually schedule them out, so it's not that hard to get them finished. But I think I'll just work tomorrow on getting more of those kind of listings done and not bringing any more junk into this house because I am, overwhelmed with inventory still. So I do have these 4 items tonight. One of them I've already packed. This one I had packed on the shelf, all ready to go. This is, well, we'll come back in a second and I'll tell you about all of this stuff. Okay, we're back. Like I said, that one's all packed and ready to go. Before we do anything, let's get 2 more hash marks on this board for Thursday, 2 sales yesterday. And then these 4 today. Hopefully we'll get another one tonight, but I'm not counting on it. So, okay. These are, in this box is a bunch of birthday angels. Let me get the eBay app open. Paid. This is the list of everything that's ready to ship. Okay, Joseph Originals Birthday Angels by Dakin. So they're little ceramic statues. I'll put a picture up. Each one has like a number 1 or a number 2. So you're supposed to give one each birthday for your, I guess probably, technically, the thought was probably to give it to your little girl. I don't know how many are in here. Maybe 12? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 2 through 9. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there's 14 in here. I got these at a Goodwill store in December. I think there's another set listed somewhere. They're already boxed and ready to go. But this was the biggest set. And I did kind of pay a little bit more than I would normally for these. So these cost me $84 at the Goodwill. I don't know what that comes down to each. But I filled my whole shopping cart with these, and I carefully placed them in the cart so they weren't touching each other, and I could push the cart around without breaking them. And every person I walked past was like, "Oh, look at those. Where'd you get those? I want some of those." So I thought, this must be a good. This was probably going to be a good buy because every single person in that store was excited by it. So I did pay $84 for them. I sold it for $175.99. So by the time we're done here, right now that's $84 profit. This thing is probably going to cost, I don't know, maybe $9 to $13 to $15 to ship. I have a feeling it's going to go FedEx because of how big the box is. It's 13 by 13 by 13. I think 12 by 12 by 12 is the biggest you can ship USPS before they start adding oversized surcharge pricing. So it's probably going to go FedEx. And I think it's probably going to cost $12, but that's just a guess. So at the end, I think we'll probably make about $70 on these. We'll find out at the end of the video. We'll go over the cost of shipping on every item and how much profit we actually make on it. Okay, next up. These are kind of halfway ready to go. This is a box of My Little Ponies. They're mostly from 2002, most of them 2002. This box probably could, I probably should do a little bit nicer packing of these for the buyer. I don't really want to do this because it's going to take a little bit of time, but I'm going to go ahead and do it because they did pay almost $70. I had them listed for $70. They only got listed today. This morning, these went up on my shop, and I did want to sell them quickly, so I sent out a 10% offer to the first person that was eligible for that. The first person who watched it got a 10% offer, and that person bought them right away. So I sold these for $63. I paid $5. Yeah, I paid $5 for all these. I was at a church Rummage sale, and I saw like a big tub of them, and I asked, how much would you charge me? They didn't have prices on them at all, so I said, how much would it be if I bought all of these? And they said, well, give us a few minutes to count. So I just continued to shop, and then they came back. I thought they were going to tell me. She said, there must have been 60 some. She's like, there are 60 horses in there, so it's going to be kind of expensive. I was like, okay, well, what do you think? And she said $15. So I said, absolutely, I will pay you $15 for these. I did a little bit of research first, and I saw that I just pulled like 3 or 4 out, and I could see that the date on them, 2002, And then I searched up My Little Pony 2002, and I saw that they were selling on average for about $7 a piece. So that $15 for 60 of them was a hell of a deal for me. So I was happy to pay that. And probably could have gotten the full 70 if I had just been a little more patient, but you know, this is a good turnaround time, and $5 into $63 is that's not too bad. So I was happy to take this offer. Ponies. And I have the other set of like 40 or something. I think they're scheduled to go up tomorrow. So that that listing should pop up, and I anticipate that will sell pretty quickly too. I think they're probably, I can't remember what I have a list for, but it's got to be over $100. Okay, 11 by 9 by 7. And let's look at this. Angels, I forgot to write the initials, AZ, all the way from A to Z in Kentucky. So not too far away. So I put these in a 12 by 12 box, and then I wrapped cardboard all around. I mean, they're all like individually packaged in here in bubble wrap, and then paper all around, and then 12 by 12 by 12 box. And then I just put a second layer of cardboard all around the whole thing. I don't have any boxes big enough to do like that smaller box floating inside of. So I think this is going to be plenty strong enough with 2 layers of cardboard. Okay, now back to the ponies. They're going to go to LT. So yeah, $5. I only bought these less than a month ago, May 24th. Did take me a little while to get to listing them, but they're gone now, so that's good. All right, this is the last of these Charles Reid watercolor teaching DVDs. I had 3 of these, and I was under the impression that they might be Christian in Orient. You know, they came from some kind of a Christian publisher, but I'm not sure about that. Anyway, I don't know what's so hot about Charles Reid, but I had 3 of these. I sold all of them very quickly. This one was listed April 9th, and I think the first one, I listed it as a multi-quantity listing. So they had one listing, 3 items. I think the first one sold the first day that it was listed, and then the other one just sold a few days ago, and then this third one is finally on the way out. So not too long. That went pretty quick, I would say, to get rid of these. I got them for free. I got these and several other Christian DVDs for free. So that's why I thought these might be come from a Christian company, because the other things I got definitely were Christian. It would be like the other one I sold last week was like accounting from a Christian perspective, which I'm not sure how that works, but whatever. If somebody paid me $45 for them, for that CD, I think, or that DVD. And this one, I got it for free. They paid $16 plus shipping. Will it fit? Will it fit in here? I think it will. So here I am. It's 12:35. Packing orders. And honestly, these things don't even have to go out until Monday, but I will get them shipped out tomorrow for sure. Okay, DVD. This is 11 by 9. And how much does it weigh? 6 ounces. And it's going to NC. Oh, really? Very nearby here. NV, right here in Illinois. This is NC, not NV. Okay, final thing here. And this is in a garbage bag, but it's not garbage. It's like a Western suit. I've got the jacket here. It has, in my memory, has some damage. Like that looks like a little bit of Sharpie on there. I hope that somebody can get that off. And it also comes with a pair of pants. So it's a 2-piece suit. This is another thing I paid up a little bit for. Okay, what kind of a box will this fit in? Trying to get all the air out of it. This is not a garbage bag. This is actually the bag I bought it in. Salvation Army always gives me these really big bags. Most of the other thrift stores, specifically Goodwill, they don't even give out bags anymore. If you want a bag, you have to buy one. I'm not totally opposed to that idea. Okay, I think that's gonna need a pretty big box. What do I have? It's dark out here. I should turn the light on. Okay, I think I'm gonna use a 12 by 12 by 12 and resize it a little bit and make it shorter. It's probably gonna be, you know what, I might be able to use the pre-scored lines on these boxes. It goes down to like 9 or 10 inches. These boxes have little score marks inside of them so that you can make them shorter if you want to, which is convenient. I'll show you here. You can probably see these lines. So there's one, this probably drops down 1.5 inches, and then another 1.5 inches. So let's see how tall that actually is. 12 by 12 by 12 goes down to 12 by 12 by 8.25, something like that. So I think that will just go in there, and then I'll cut it down to the second score line. So yeah, I got this jacket at the Salvation Army. They had, I would say they had 4 of these like Rockabilly looking suits that included pants, and I'm trying to think if any of them had vests or anything, but this is the one that looked the coolest to me. The other ones were like brown. This one has that nice turquoise, classy kind of 50s color. And it was, I think I paid $24 for it. Let me look at my notes. I've had it for quite a while. $25.28 I paid for it. This was from December of last year from the Salvation Army. So it's I passed on the other ones, and then each time I went to the store, they were still there, and I kept looking at them thinking I should buy all of these. But I decided the turquoise one was the only one I was gonna get, because the pricing on it was difficult. You know, there's no other exact comps of this on eBay, especially not with the pants and everything. So I thought I could probably get over $100 for it. So I was okay paying $28. But in the end, it sat here long enough that it got into a discount sale, and it got 20% off whatever I put the price at. And so I think then I also sent an offer of a little bit, because I'm just, you know, enough's enough. Something sits around long enough, you got to get rid of it. So I sold it for $59 plus shipping. So $28 into $59. Not my favorite kind of return on investment. This is £4. And I have a suspicion I'm going to have undercharged on the shipping. We'll see. NDM. Okay, that's all for these 4 orders that came in today. I'm going to put all the info into the eBay bulk label purchasing page, and then I'll come back and tell you exactly how much money we made today. All right, those packages, I mean, those labels on these packages cost about $36 just for these 4 items. And I have been noticing recently, anything that I had expected to ship in media has been cheaper to ship at Ground Advantage. So usually if it's a big box like this, it's kind of heavy, the Ground Advantage price is going to be cheaper than the media mail price. But now even a single DVD like this is, I think it was like 20 cents cheaper to ship at Ground Advantage. Ground Advantage comes with insurance and has a faster guaranteed shipping rate. So I don't know why I wouldn't choose that and get it to the customer faster, and then actually it cost me less money. So okay, let's go over each of these items and see how much money we made. So Joseph Originals Birthday Angels, the label on that was $13.79. The buyer paid $15.83 for shipping, so I made $1 and close to $2 on shipping on that. That's okay. The total profit on this item is $70.39. So I guess that's a pretty good pickup. I spent $84 on it, and I made, after everything, $70. So that's okay. Okay, the My Little Ponies, I spent $5 on those. The buyer bought them for $63, and I ended up making $49.99. So $50 on these ponies. I'm happy with that. The watercolor DVD, I got this for free. I made $13.17 on it. And finally, this is the one I thought I had undercharged for, but it turned out just fine. The buyer paid $13 and it cost me $11.70. So it didn't cost me money to ship this. And this jacket and these pants, hopefully somebody is going to have a nice night out at a Rockabilly bar or something, and it earned me $25.93. So today's profit, total profit for today, $159.48. That brings our average profit per day for the month of June up to just over $113. I can't remember what it was yesterday. 110. So that's a good jump up, 113. We're getting towards the end of the month, I guess. So hopefully we keep this trend and get some more higher days and keep this average per day profit number going up. And then so far for the month of June, my average profit per item is $26.68. So that's it for tonight. That's it for this morning, I should say. It's almost 1. I'm gonna take these upstairs and get them ready to go out on the porch in the morning, and I am going to do my best to get to sleep right now. So thank you for watching. I'll be back. I'm doing these videos every day of the week, so please subscribe to see what I'm selling and see if I have a goal of earning $50,000 profit, net this year on eBay. I don't think we're going to make it, but we're trying our best. So join me every day to find out if we're getting closer to that goal or not. So thanks again. Bye for now.